Knock, knock, who's there? Autism. Burn, burn, burn. Where the hoes at? Not here.
2% of all adults in the United States of America are autistic, and many of them don't know it. I'm looking in the comment section of this video, and people are saying things like, why does everybody want a label? Why is everybody autistic nowadays? Back in the day, we didn't have labels. We were all normal, and now people are all autistic. People forget that we didn't have as much information back in the day, so we couldn't make as many diagnoses. So a lot of kids had to be punished. Kids who communicated in different methods were punished. Kids who couldn't speak were punished. And keep in mind, when we see a lot of aggression actually, is because a person is not able to communicate effectively. And I see it with autistic kids. Whenever we lower the aggression, it helps them convey their messages, whether they're pointing, gesturing, or verbally communicating. There's a relationship between an increase in aggression and a decreased ability to communicate. So that's why autism acceptance is so important. There are a lot of people who are undiagnosed and they're suffering right now. They're suffering in their relationships, they're suffering at school, they're suffering at work. These are people who could probably use a couple of accommodations. They could probably use somebody going to bat for them. Somebody saying, hey, this person needs a couple of adjustments, a couple of modifications here and there. And if this person had more time on tests, they would do so much better. If this person had a community, a support system of people who cared about this person and people who put things in place to ensure their success, that person would do so much better. So when it comes to autism acceptance, I think we have to create this safe space to where we can celebrate individuals who are different from us, individuals who do things differently, individuals who communicate in non-traditional methods. It's funny because the majority of communication is nonverbal. Over 80% of the communication that we display every single day is nonverbal. But for some reason, we feel like verbal communication is the end-all be-all. But people communicate by gesturing, pointing, even in our eyes. We can use our eyes to convey certain messages. So when people do things outside of the norm and outside of what's expected, by default, they're punished because we live in a neurotypical world. So if you're neurodivergent and you don't have some type of external support, you're going to suffer. More than likely, you're going to suffer until somebody comes along or until some help comes along, and it makes your journey through this life a lot easier. But when we're talking about autism acceptance, celebrating all individuals in the spectrum is important. Not just the individuals who are higher functioning and they're able to work and they have families and they've already accounted for the support that they'll need. I'm also talking about individuals who have significant issues communicating. Individuals who can't even communicate verbally. I'm talking about level 3 autism. I'm talking about people who probably won't have the chance to live independently. Those individuals also need acceptance and they also need awareness.